So close. Hello, hello. Good to see everyone. Except I'm not seeing everyone, but I'm happy you're here. I hope you're here. I am late. Yet again. That's okay. That's okay. We're working on it. We're doing the best we can. And in that note, or on that note, fair use, baby. This video is for commentary, critique, and education under the EDSA exception, and we love that. Alrighty, welcome squirrels, neurokin, new viewers, and Huns dipping their toes into the wild, wild west of anti-MLM. And hello, I'm DeeCee, your friendly, autistic MLM dropout. Tonight we are diving into a Mary Kay video that looks sparkly on the outside, but has some very pink pyramid vibes on the inside. And I hope to God I'm not muted. Oh, my heart just stopped for a second. Think empowerment speeches, emotional hooks, and a whole lot of fallacies that we're gonna stop and break down together in between coloring on my Crocs with Over the Garden Wall, because sometimes we need DBT to help keep us calm in the midst of fluffery. And on that note, we're gonna do the real disclaimer because we gotta, if I can even find it. Oh, where is it? I unplugged my little Elgato in rage and now I regret it. Regret. Where is it? Hello, thank y'all for bearing with me. I was so close. I really was. Disclaimer. Yay!
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on a memory, but it's not like I need it. And we may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us.
We're strobing a little bit. I just gotta make sure we're on the correct pink because sometimes pink we strobe. It just depends on we can trick it if we hate it. Let me know. We're strobing a little bit. That's okay. We're doing our best. All right, let's get back to it. Ooh, yay. I don't know. I'm scared. I was in Mary Kay. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. I'm a little bit, that's why we're gonna color on my shoes. We've got Wirt and I think Beatrice, who's not my favorite character. Well, Beatrice is my favorite. The girl who stole Wirt from Beatrice is not my favorite. And we've got, we are working on this during members only. We've got Greg. We've got Greg and Jason Funderburker. Well, he changes the frog's name the entire time, but Jason Funderburker is my favorite name. So they're kind of looking at each other. If you don't know Over the Garden Wall, we can't be friends. I mean, we can, but you could go and watch it if you want to. Anyways, Mary Kay has been selling itself as opportunity and empowerment for decades, but in my opinion, what we actually see are high control tactics, exaggerated claims, and marketing strategies that brush right up against FTC guidelines, and that's I don't know. That's the fuckery. Oh wait, we're not supposed to say that yet. That's what Mary Kay sells as empowerment. It sells a pink fog that's designed to keep women spending more than they're ever making, in my opinion. So, quick check-in before we start. Drop a high and low from your past 24 hours in the chat. I'll go first. I guess I didn't even lint roll this. My high was starting on my Crocs. My low was what was my low? My low was just having a rough chronic pain day. I don't know. Throw yours in the chat. I'll read a couple of them before we start. If you're new here, we do a high and a low, not necessarily a positive and a negative. When you're just like, I say trashed. Sometimes even when you're on the floor, like sucky mental health, you can sometimes, you can find a high and a low. So that's what we do here sometimes. We try to do it. I don't know. I'm ready for this pink confetti nonsense, and I hope you are too. I don't know. I'm sad that people are still getting caught up in this pink scheme shit. But if you didn't notice the little members, that's why we... Caspian, my dog, is a Kleekai, and he sheds all the time. We still love him, but that's why we have the lint rollers, that's the members' first deal, and then the kazoos are because of Kevin Tinter. It's a whole squirrel trail of like branding or lack thereof, but if you're a member, you understand. But have your lint rollers, have your kazoos on standby, and let's hit play and see what this Mary Kay national, let's see what all these national sales directors have to say. I don't know how good this is going to be, because I will be coloring. And I hope you have your crafts too, and be nice to your crafts. Don't throw them too hard. Hello chat. Hi, it's Friday. Low, I have severe behavior problems this year, and I'm already feeling burnt out. On the 17th day of school, Kayla, I resonate so hard with that. Hi. Hello, everyone. Hello, Sid. Dude, get some sleep. We love a good sleep hygiene routine. Hi, my knee surgery went great. I love that, Liz. Congratulations. You're home from the hospital. Low, pharmacy is being a dick about all the prescriptions they sent me home with. Oh, fuck. Hey, Jessica. Deborah. Greetings. Salutations. You finished organizing your pattern notebook? Power's out and it's hot? Oh, I hate that. I hate getting overheated. Literally the worst. Overheating is really like bad for sensory overload. I'm laying this out. I need, we're working on it. Low had to file a DCFS report today on my... Oh no, my ex-husband. Hi, it's the weekend. Lizzie? Get it. Hi, finally filed my taxes. Rachel, let's go. Love that you had an extension. Low, mower broke, so my grass didn't get cut. That's okay. Has anyone... Let me ask you this. Has anyone ever caught the homeowners association actually being nosy and going around and like being a nosy person and like writing down who's breaking the homeowners association rules. Because I would love to catch them. Hi, Miss Mina Bun made it through her spay surgery. Miss Mina Bun, congratulations. Well, she still isn't eating it again yet, and I'm anxious as hell. Oh, she'll eat. She'll eat. I'm sorry you're anxious. Good progress on my current crochet wrap project. Let's go. Lo, slept poorly. Oh no. Oh my god, there's a new season. Great British Bake Off is so good for crafting. It's so good for crafting. May have to duck out for the stream so I can go to bed at a reasonable hour. You can do it. You can do it. If you want to leave the stream on mute in the background, I wouldn't say no to that. But if you need to save, electricity, I understand. The planet's important too. All right, let's begin. We are doing, I say crafting. When I say crafting, oh, wrong. Please hold. We're actually, not that y'all want to see me craft, but we have the crafting stream up. So I've got my shoes, I've got my colors, I've got them up here. If you really want to see them, I'm not gonna say who it is, but the reason we picked them is because my former national sales director is one of them. And the reason I don't want to point out who it is because I want to continue to think if I want to bring more attention to myself on the internet, okay? Hi, tomorrow our dog will be here. Lo, what the fuck is sleep? Jessica? Good question. So the reason we picked this one is Mary Kay because normally I'm scared to do Mary Kay. And number two, my former national sales director is on this. So, and this is music. So we'll read this. Rise above the rest as a radiant example of what dreaming with determination beyond limitations can accomplish. Achievers can earn a choice of one radiant amethyst ring or $500 cash award. And no, this is not a bomb party ring. This is a Mary Kay ring. I'm sorry if we got confused here for a second. I'm happy to point out the differences. And if you didn't know, I'm being sarcastic. Independent sales force members must have at least $45,000 in personal retail sales or purchases during the challenge time frame, July 1st, 2025 to June 30th, 2026. Did we, did you know you can buy $45,000 and get the ring? Oh boy, $45,000 and you can get a $500 bonus? Cool. So cool. And the reason I'm muting it is because we have music that we will get slapped for. Ascend
the bumblebee to redefine what has previously thought to be impossible. Achievers can earn a choice of one. Be fabulous diamond bee pin or $525 cash reward. That is still taxed. There is no way on God's green earth that is worth $525. That is ugly as hell. Yes.
Let me explain. So, to be part of the Queen's Court of Sharing, you have to recruit a certain number of people. And you have to sell $45,000 in personal sales or buy $45,000 during the year. Either one. It doesn't matter. And so if you do, you get an amethyst ring that's worth, and you can choose an amethyst ring or you can choose $500. And if you do the Queen's Court of Sharing, which I don't remember what it is because I haven't been in Mary Kay a long time. You have to recruit a certain number of people, 24 team members that are qualified. That's not just recruiting people. They have to do a certain number of inventory order, which I think is $600, either $250 or $600. Might be $500 now. They have to do a certain number of inventory. Hey Siri, what's 500 times 24? So 500 times 24 is 12,000. Hey Siri, what's 24 times 600? So, I got a new kitten, 8 weeks, named Toaster after the Brave Little Toaster movie from the 90s. Ranger Kathy, I love that. Hi. Cody-Ann, hello. So, Queen's Court of Sharing, you get a bumblebee, and when you go to seminar, there's some people that have bumblebees all down their jacket. If you missed it, several months ago, Julie Anderson and Sam D covered the great coat debacle of 2025, where someone lost their jacket and all their bumblebee shit. That means they recruited 24 qualified people, years and years and years and years and years worth. The diamond, whatever. So, you used to sell Avon in the early 2000s? Nicola, tell me everything. So, you can either choose the bumblebee, which nobody refuses the bumblebee. If somebody refuses the bumblebee, it's like, it's a no-no. It is frowned upon. It's like a shame. Oh, if you wonder what we're doing, we are DBTing. Dialectical behavioral therapy. We are chilling out on the stream. This is Over the Garden Wall. I'm making my shoes happy. So, we're coloring on our shoes. We were on members only for most of the day. I cleaned my house. My mom helped me clean my room because they're going out of town for a long time, and I'm going to manage my mental health with my room being nice. So, anyways, one of my former national sales director is on this call, and they're going to remain anonymous for now. Their names are not going to be anonymous, but now we're doing this stuff. So, you do not refuse the bee, okay? You made no money compared to how much product you bought. Yep. Circle of Achievement, $500,000 and above. So your entire downline, so you plus all the people you recruit need to do $500,000. And I think, gosh, I don't know who ends up like splitting off from you that ends up not qualifying for the $500,000, but that's a circle of achievement. So if you see right here, I guess I need to show y'all clearly. Presentation video. Okay. I don't know why I'm twisting like that. I apologize. So, do you see these pins right here? These are little pins that either say 1,000,000, 800,000, 500,000, 850,000, 300,000. You get those one time only. So let's say you hit 350,000 a year. The next year you hit 355,000. You don't get a new pin for that. So you get those pins that you wear along with your bees. And let's say you hit 350,000, then you hit 500,000. So you have 2 pins now. Then you hit 800,000. Then you hit 850,000. So you have all your pins to show people how much you're doing in business. But really, your people are buying product, in my opinion, from what our team did to support your leader to try to get them to what they're trying to earn. We tried to get our leader to $1 million. We only got her to $850,000. Our director, not our national sales director. Mila, hero! And you get this ring. My director did not take the ring. She took it a couple of times, but she would use the money that she would have got for the $500,000 Circle of Achievement to pay for her kids' school. So it says, climb your way to the top towards the highly coveted $500,000 Circle of Achievement and don't stop. Go for glory. Achievers can earn the choice of one, yellow or white gold dazzling diamond ring, or $3,750 cash reward. These must be the cheapest diamonds of all time. Like these type of rings, if you do these type of diamonds from any other company, these would be a lot more. So I don't know what they're doing. And this has music to it, so this is Circle of Excellence. Stand up and show out as you unleash your potential and bring your boldest dreams of luxury and adventure to life. Top sales directors who achieve $650,000 and above will get the opportunity to travel to picturesque Switzerland, starting their journey in Montreux. Circle of Excellence prestige sales directors with $800,000 and above. So my director hit all of these. My director hit all of these, and my national sales director did the same thing. But the nationals get different prizes, whatever. Circle of Excellence prestige sales directors with $800,000 and above will continue their Swiss expedition to beautiful Zurich. In addition, prestige sales directors can also earn the choice of one, dazzling diamond ring in yellow or white gold plus a $500 cash reward. The prestige ring, prestige earrings, or a $4,250 cash reward. BP diamonds, yep. I've got that meme of Nick Cage in that god-awful Wickerman remake screaming about bees in my head now. I'm just trying to read this up and then we'll listen to them. And so this is whatever the video. Let me see if this is going to boost.
And Imagination, the 2026 seminar.
I don't want to get booted for this because we have ads on. I will say, and I'm not trying to be like, oh my God, Mary Kay's better than the other MLMs. These trips are better than bomb party trips. They're better than Monet trips. I'll tell you that. They're better than at least the Monet trips. They're better than the bomb party trips, in my opinion. That's all I'm going to say. I've seen the personal videos and pictures and the stories and from people from my director and my national sales director getting to go to all around the world with Mary Kay at off tourist times. Sorry, no music. We're just waiting for the music to stop. It's going to be a bunch of people talking. And they're going to get you excited. But the thing is, they're not going to necessarily get you excited to actually try for a director. They're going to get you excited to buy a bunch of stuff so that they can boost up their volume so that their directors can make these trips and these goals for Circle of Excellence, for 800,000, for 500,000, for 650,000, in my opinion. And some of them will hit director. To be fair, they used to be better. Yeah, I mean, for sure, like, Body used to be better. Body used to give better gifts. I'm just saying that Mary Kay's been better consistently this whole time. That's all I'm saying. When I went to Monat's award ceremony, their award ceremony was shit. I'm sorry that we're watching this without sound on. This is also on YouTube. You can watch us on YouTube. And these trips are not just for the rep, they're for the rep and their spouse. Or their partner or whatever. Oh yeah, Mary. We watched the Mary Kay. Okay, here we go. Sound coming in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone. Happy Mary Kay New Year from me and my National Sales Director girlfriends. Hi, everybody. I'm National Sales Director Karen Rydell out of Glen Allen, Virginia. Welcome to our Vision Workshop. How excited are you? We are thrilled that you made the decision tonight to join us for this incredible workshop all about vision. I got to tell you how we ended up here tonight. A few months back, National Sales Director Diana Sumter had a vision on her heart to start a National Sales Director Bible study. And she put out a message in our Voxer group inviting National Sales Director sisters to join her in a Bible.
They're still using Voxer? Oh my God.
Bible study and a book study. Well, the 12 of us who were a part of this great workshop said yes to her call. And here we are. We read the book Visioneering by Andy Stanley. There it is. We read that book a while back and were captivated by the story of Nehemiah and making a vision come true. And we couldn't wait to share our takeaways and our moments. We were so inspired. We wanted to share it with you. And so this morning we had a vision workshop for over 700 sales directors. I bet many of you are on tonight. Welcome back. And now, though, it's your turn, consultants. We are thrilled that tonight you're going to hear from a different set of 6 national sales directors as we share our vision workshop prepared just for you. Well, before we get started, let's start this out the way that Mary Kay would always want us to, by praying together.
I'm oscillating between turning on the prayer and hearing the manipulation or muting it, so I will vote. I will let y'all vote. Do we mute the prayer, or do y'all want to hear the manipulation? Let me know. I didn't know Gwen Shamblin was a Mary Kay. Okay, I'll mute. Oh my god, she's wearing Mary Kay earrings. If you haven't looked at the Gwen Shamblin documentary, it's wild. Okay, if you want to hear the manipulation, this is on YouTube to watch. It just as a TLDR, a lot of what she's going to be praying is for people to pick up the vision for director and stuff like that. Next time we have a prayer, I'll have people mute if they don't want to hear it, okay? She's still going. Oops. Okay, I did take out the pauses, so.
It is time. Our purpose today is to inspire you to dream bigger this new seminar year and to say yes to the vision that God has placed on your heart. Visioneering is all about Nehemiah and the vision that God gave him. So before we jump in, let me just share with you a quick little overview about what happens in the book of Nehemiah in the Bible. So let me take you into the story of a man named Nehemiah, an ordinary man with an extraordinary burden. He wasn't a priest, a prophet, or a king. He was a cupbearer, someone who served wine to the king of Persia and made sure it wasn't poisoned. Not exactly the guy you'd expect to lead a massive rebuilding project. But one day he received news that Jerusalem, his homeland, was in shambles. The walls were broken down, the gates burned, and the people were living in disgrace. And that broke Nehemiah's heart. He didn't shake it off or say that's someone else's problem. Instead, he took his burden straight to God. He wept, he fasted, he prayed. And in that place of brokenness, a vision was born. Nehemiah didn't just see rubble. He saw restoration. He believed God could do something great even through him.
This is so twisty. What does this have to do with Mary Kay? What does this have to do with Mary Kay? It's stuff like this that literally broke me and broke my, like, whatever kind of I don't know. I say relationship, interest. In organized religion, this little stuff like this broke it. Stuff like in Young Living broke it. The intermixing of religion and multi-level marketing, this stuff broke it. And as always, if you're an ethical Christian, you're totally welcome. No.
When the moment came, Nehemiah boldly asked the king for permission to go and rebuild the wall. And the king said yes. Doors opened, resources were granted, and Nehemiah set off to Jerusalem.
It's them, it's not me.
But when he arrived, he didn't start building immediately. First, he quietly walked the broken walls at night, taking it all in. He was counting the cost, praying, planning, and holding the vision in his heart. Then he gathered the people. And with courage and clarity, he cast the vision. Let us rise up and build. The work began. Families and tribes.
What is that noise?
stood shoulder to shoulder, each repairing the section in front of their own homes. It was a picture of unity, but it wasn't easy. Opposition came quickly, mocking, threats.
Apologies.
Distraction, but Nehemiah stayed laser focused. When enemies tried to draw him away, he responded, I am doing a great work and I cannot come down. He wasn't just rebuilding walls, he was rebuilding hope. And in just 52 days, the wall was completed. But Nehemiah knew the work wasn't just about stones and mortar. He called the people together, and Ezra stood up and read God's word. Revival broke out. People wept, confessed, worshiped, and recommitted their lives to God. Well, that's the story of Nehemiah, a man who let a God-given burden, a vision, stir his heart, who turned prayer into a plan, and who led the people to believe bigger in what God could do through them. Well, I have exciting news for each of you. God has a vision for you too.
Oh my God.
Nehemiah. God has a dream with your name on it. And
Let me just see when this ends. Hold on. 8:42.
trust me,
9:31.
vision of being a national sales director
I'm skipping over it.
for 14 years, and I had to get back up numerous times. Was it worth it? Absolutely. Some of you have decided that the vision you have is just too big for you. It's out of your league. That is just not true. You must understand the enemy doesn't want you to reach the vision God has for you. So he will pelt your mind with thoughts of fear, doubt, and unbelief so that you will give up on the vision that God has for you. Not today, Satan. Drop that in the chat. Today is the day you recommit to the vision in your heart because it is not there on accident. It is your assignment to carry out for God. There are 4 things that you're going to experience when you have a vision. Your vision is going to fill you with passion. Your vision is going to stir up emotion inside of you that will make you cry or stir you up with so much excitement that you can barely sit still. You may wake up early or stay up late. Your vision will give you motivation. All of a sudden, the mundane tasks begin to matter. Making booking calls and following up with customers and prospects become the building blocks of your vision. Your vision will give you direction. It's a roadmap for your days, weeks, and month. Anything that moves you towards your vision gets a green light.
Yes, Amanda.
Everything else is approached with caution. And finally, your vision will give you purpose. It gives you a reason to get up in the morning because your vision, my friend, will change lives. Well, I hope you're ready for this. I need you to lean in. Like, I know we can't see you, but could you just lean in? Because I have to share with you a secret that has served me well for many, many years. This secret is going to absolutely help you reach any vision you have of a career path promotion in your Mary Kay business. Becoming a red jacket leader, becoming a DIQ, debuting as a sales director, or becoming a national sales director. What I'm getting ready to share with you can be the absolute difference maker in helping you walk out the vision that God has placed on your heart for your Mary Kay business. Now, I'm going to warn you, it's going to sound way too simple to have huge impact. So listen with fresh ears, okay? Tonight, I want you right now to think about something you want to pay for with your Mary Kay profit. I know my national area knows what's coming up next. I want you to pick something that will cost you between $200 and $500. Maybe it's a bill, or it's a shopping spree for new clothes, or perhaps it's a weekend getaway for you and your man or your kids. You pick something that you want your Mary Kay profits to pay for. You see, you're going to work with much more focus and intentionality when you know exactly what your profit is going to pay for. It's not inspiring enough to just work to make more money. It's just not. It's not going to get you out of your comfort zone to just work to make more money. But when you know that your Mary Kay business is going to provide the money you need to pay off a credit card or to buy a new couch for your den, you will work with intentionality and excitement and you won't let the cancellation or the discouragement that can absolutely come on our way to a vision, you won't let it stop you because you're focused on where you're going and what you're paying for. Okay, so here are the simple steps. One, I need you to determine specifically what you will pay for. Now remember, it needs to be between $200 and $500 for this first dream. Okay, 2, you need to figure out, here's a worksheet. Now you'll see an up close picture of this on the link later tonight. But 2, you want to figure out exactly how much it's going to cost you, not an estimate. Research it, print out a picture of what you're paying for, get clear on what your profits will finance. 3,
I know that we didn't cut out that many pauses. And I'm not trying to say, oh my God, they're so good. They're so good. They do talk kind of like Tony Zalecki. They have their shit together. I mean, these are electronic. This gets twisty fast. I'll just say that. It gets twisty really fast.
Determine, are you going to pay for it in 1 or 2 months? That's important. Now, here's the biggie. I need you to decide if you're more inspired by being accountable to your husband or your family, or if you're like me and you're much more inspired by surprising someone you love with a dream come true. Now, there's not a right or a wrong answer. It's really just how you're wired. Are you somebody that's inspired by being accountable to somebody with what you're going to pay for, or by surprising them? Now, I'm going to show you how to use what this worksheet shows you. It's what I call the dream number equation. You can write it down, but you'll be able to print this out a little bit later. So I want you to take the dollar amount of profit that you need to pay for your dream, the exact dollar amount. So let's just say that you need $500 to pay for travel soccer for your daughter. Okay? All right. Now you're going to divide that $500 by the number of months that you're giving yourself to pay for it.
I say this is twisty because they're actually giving us like things to do instead of just bullshit of fluffery to believe in. You know what I mean?
We're going to say 2 months. Then we're going to divide that number by 0.4. And then we're going to divide that number by 4 weeks. So dollar of profit divided by number of months divided by 0.4 divided by 4 weeks in a month. So what's your dream number? Well, it's $156.25. Now, what does that mean? That means when you sell $156.25 a week for 8 weeks or 2 months, you will have $500 of profit in your business bank account so you can pay for that travel soccer expense. Oh my gosh. Now that you have your dream number, it's time to call your sales director, tell her your dream number, and she will help you come up with a strategy of how many faces you need to pamper to reach your weekly sales goal. So why does this work? What happens when you use a strategy of working to finance dreams over a specific timeline again and again, month after month, quarter after quarter? This is not just a one-time dream. This is over and over. Well, first off, you end up paying for lots of great things.
How did I find the worst video to react to?
And guess
what do you mean?
You see that this business works. It makes dreams come true when
What do you mean the worst video to react to?
You also learn how to work with purpose to stay booked up and to coach those appointments. You're going to develop lots of customers on your way to paying for these dreams, and that's going to make a huge impact on your life and your family's life. You're going to learn how to work with a sense of urgency, and you're going to become super intentional about reaching your dream number week after week after week by doing faces and parties. And check this out. As your customer base swells and you make lots of money and you start financing dreams for your Mary Kay business, you will become so on fire, so passionate about this opportunity that your recruiting is going to go through the roof. And all of this works together to grow you a stronger business and a top team. Tracking your dream number will absolutely lead you to the vision that God has placed in your heart. And now I got to turn it over to my girlfriend, National Sales Director, Diana Sumter. Take it away, Diana. And you need to unmute.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hey, can y'all hear me? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. You're good.
Oh, okay, great. I'm like, okay, I don't know whether to start or not. Okay, so sorry about that. So don't we love all this technology? Karen, what a great job on your dream number. And I'm so excited that our people can start with a vision that is small. You know, I think sometimes when we talk about this world of vision, you think, oh my gosh, I got to change the world. Nope, just your
she's
world.
Gotten several crowns.
I just want to thank you, Karen, for being the heartbeat of this event. You're the one that took our remnant on.
So if you see this crown over here, I got to show y'all. So if you see this crown, she's got a crown over here. And I think she's got a crown down here. I don't know if that's from her national area or if that's from Mary Kay. But if she's got it from Mary Kay, then that means she was the queen of something. Means she was the top in a seminar or the top in the world for something. She also has a $4 million plaque on her wall, so she's a good director, or I know she's a national, but she's a really good national, good sales director either way. They do not have a lot of filler words. They do not have a lot of pauses. So, anyways.
On the Rise Bible study to the next level. This was her idea, and all of the directors that jumped in to do all the back office is unbelievable. I love that this is true Mary Kay style, where we grow all the Mary Kay people, not just the Mary Kay people that grow our paycheck. So we're so excited that y'all are on tonight. And I want to talk to you about vision, because my business, almost 38 years of my business has been driven by vision. And it gives significance to the otherwise meaningless details of our lives. It brings our world into focus. It brings order to chaos. It turns the minutia of the meaningless activity into an opportunity to be a blessing to others. You know, many people say to me, you know, I've got a discipline problem. And I say to them, did you know that when passion and purpose are present, discipline is never a problem? Just to be booking is boring. Booking to make another woman feel valued, seen, important. Oh my gosh, that's a gift. Sharing about the company just to win a contest is very shallow. Sharing to create a place to hear someone's dream life and find a way for Mary Kay to move her in the direction of that dream life, to stir her soul, that is a gift. What a life, what a privilege. When you focus on me, it is unfulfilling. And when you focus on her, it's empowering. When you view vision when you're viewing your business through vision, everything changes. I want y'all to realize that what vision does is it evokes emotion, and it provides a sneak peek into the things that come. And again, I said that my business, whenever it started 20 or 38 years ago, it started with a vision. I was in Omaha, Nebraska at that time. I was 23 years old. I designed and installed computer and telephone systems in the Air Force. I loved what I did. I had a top secret SCI clearance. I was interviewing to go to work for the CIA. However, I worked about 70 hours a week. I was gone 10 days out of every month. I was on call. I had college courses. I was at one base. Tom was at another. We lived in the middle. Our daughter was 18 months old. So keeping that in mind, to everyone else, it looked so good. I'm so grateful that night that they didn't bury me in details. I mean,
that's pretty cool. That's also an appeal to authority. That has nothing to do with Mary Kay. Although that's a pretty badass, that has a pretty badass backstory. You know what I mean? I mean, why wouldn't you continue to listen to her when she would say that? If not just to ask her a bunch of questions when she stopped talking. So you could ask her a bunch of questions about why she decided to do Mary Kay after she got done with... You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's pretty badass. There's also no breaths because I took out the pauses.
So grateful that they were not apologetic for where they were or were not in their business. I can honestly tell you, I don't know what car they drove. I didn't know what position. I didn't know anything about them. I love that they didn't undersell this with personal use and that they didn't make it too big of a decision to be in a pink Cadillac. What they talked about was hope. And I hope that you all start this in your events. That night I heard them talking about having an executive level income and still being the primary influence in the lives of their children, to be there during the golden hours. It was hope. It was hope. And I bet for every one of you all, there was a hope for something. But I'm going to tell you that visions are very fragile. And I can tell you, whenever I went home that night, the lady that led me to the Lord is the lady that brought me there. And she got me there because of guilt. I was so rude to her. I made her cry. So that's why I had to be there. And my husband was really adamant about me doing Mary Kay. And I went to my shop and I heard all these crazy stories. I had a friend try Mary Kay and her face fell off, and had a friend tried Mary Kay and she had a basement full of Mary Kay. Truly nothing's changed. Just how people share about it. It's just kind of the same thing. And I remember that I got so scared. I called my director.
The lady who led you to the Lord brought you to the Mary Kay pitch. And then you went with her because you were so rude to her. You made her cry. And you felt guilty. So you went. What? What?
Next day to quit. And she was so wise, Connie Lamp was, and she said, Diana, financially, spiritually, and emotionally, would you trade places with these people? And I'm like, well, no, they're as tired, crabby, and broke as I am. And she said, then don't take advice from people you would not trade places with. Y'all, I want you to know that your vision is too fragile to share with people. My first vision was just for my family. And then as changes started to happen, then it was my team, and then it was my unit, and then it was my area, and then it became international. But I will tell you that my number one mission, once I understood what this was all about, is to protect this company. And what I mean by that is I want this company, after I've been in 42 years, to be able to hand it off a better company to the next generation. I lived in knowing where I was going to throw my combat boots over the bridge. I knew exactly when that was going to happen. I knew exactly what Samantha was going to wear on her last day of full-time childcare. I knew what I was making for dinner. I lived in the vision of my life. So it didn't matter if I made a goal or missed a goal, if somebody quit or went sideways. It didn't matter because I was just on my way. I was either winning or I was learning. I was winning and I was learning. I lived in my imagination. See, I knew that I could break generational curses because it was happening in me. I knew that I could create generational wealth because I paid off $35,000 in credit card debt. I knew I could equip women to be legacy changers, stepping out of a life of excuses and into a land of excellence because I was starting to do that. I will tell you that I spoke my business into existence because at that time I hated women. I wore no makeup. I worked a lot of hours, as I shared with you, and I had the communication skills of a wounded cougar, right? So this Mary Kay thing was not just a good idea that served me. It was a God idea. It was because my success was tied to others. I'm always baffled by the people who say, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to depend on other people. And I will tell you, honestly, I'm baffled by that. I'm like, well, how incredibly selfish is that? I want my life to be about other people, but I work with so many people. I don't need people because I can't lead them if I need them. So I want to just, as I'm wrapping up here, I just want to tell you that the power of vision comes from my I can. It keeps the vision in front of me, and who I've become in the process and who my people have come in the process, the women who respect the woman in the mirror, the missions and the nonprofits that are funded because of the abundant money available, friendships that last a lifetime, military and government employees with exit strategies on their own times and terms, retired professionals who get to use their wisdom. The Mary Kay kids stories, they're different. Our kids are powerful communicators. They're different. They have healthy habits. College kids who will graduate with no school loans. The kids who have a mom at home totally present. The marriage that has been restored. The aging parents who are living out their golden years with peace and joys, with daughters who can be there because of the priorities in Mary Kay. Our vision is for leaders to find their tribe. Highly ambitious, big dreaming women who love working to win while serving others. Women who don't give up or give in. Women who choose a land of excellence. Consultants and directors across the globe. No matter your title, I want you to know we appreciate that you choose to be the evidence that your past does not have to determine your future. The burning desire to light the ways for others to discover their God-given calling, realizing that we are the answers to the problems that break our heart. Thank you for joining us in this vision. My girlfriend, Heidi Gelzer, take it away, my dear.
Wow. Can you guys just not the energy that Karen and Diana have already given us is absolutely amazing. Well, we got this idea from the book Visioneering again, and it's about the prophet, not the prophet, the man, Nehemiah from the Bible. Okay. So he goes and follows God's vision for his life to go rebuild the wall that had been destroyed by Israel's enemies. Okay. And so he goes to do this. And as Karen said, he's an ordinary man. He's a cupbearer. He's not a pastor.
I just need to take a break for a second because, this is hard for me to listen to. I don't have any issues with ethical Christians, and I understand that there are aspects that resonate with how people build their core values with what they believe in. I think that there's crossover with people who pick up things through their religion that resonate with honor and integrity, and there's core values with, for example, 10 Commandments and the core values that people have. Not lying, or not doing adultery, or not murdering, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I get that. And bringing those into how you do business with other people. When you bring in some of these things into this situation, it seems like it's twistier, and I'm not necessarily sure if I can articulate it or if I'm even the best person to articulate it, because I don't have any schooling in theology. I've just been fucked up by theology. When you take a story out of context in the Bible and then overlay that story that's been taken out of context to fit your narrative of how you're pushing people to do something on a timetable in a company where you have an agenda and a motive, where you profit, I think that's coercive. And I think that corrupts the original book I think that corrupts the original story. I think that corrupts the religion. Even if you don't prescribe, whatever the right word is. I think it's offensive to people who are ethical, who believe in that religion. Mm. It's very difficult to go, but like I don't do Mary Kay or Young Living a lot because it's so painful to go back and listen. Wait, what's up? Yep. So in Mary Kay, if you decide to sell your stuff back at 90%, because you can't get 100% of your money back, the director or the person that you're under, the person you're directly under, has to pay back 90% of the commissions. They have to pay back the commissions. So they tell you, just keep trying, just keep trying, just keep trying until the 12 months passes and you can't sell anything back. Delightful.
He's not a prophet. He's just a normal person, right, you guys? Well, you know what? He got criticism. He didn't just get criticism, but people were physically trying to stop him and the people that he was with from rebuilding that wall and following the vision that God had given him. And Diana, I loved how you brought up that people tried to steal your vision from the very beginning. People who had tried Mary Kay and had not done well at it. People who had heard things about it. People who probably wanted to protect you. You guys, would you trade places with the people that are criticizing you in any part of their life? That's a question that you want to ask yourself. But here's the question. As Nehemiah was criticized, Mary Kay was criticized. Has anything great ever been done without criticism? You guys, there is going to be discouragement. There are going to be obstacles. You are going to have your own personal limiting beliefs that are going to hold you back. But Karen said, and I went and ran and got my shirt. Not to
Al. We looked at the lady today. The tunnel lady. Just really quickly, she got her permits to keep digging. She hasn't done anything else, but she got her permits approved to keep digging. If she posts anymore, we'll do it publicly, but oh my God. I don't know how these
today, Satan. Not today, Satan. Okay, this shirt is worn out because I wear it all the time because I'm literally yelling at the devil. Not today, Satan. You guys, Mary Kay, when her husband died, 1 week before she was supposed to open this company, her lawyer, her accountant said, Mary Kay, this is a bad idea. They criticized what she was doing. They discouraged her. The only ones who believed her or had her back were her kids. You guys, and what kept her going? Her vision. Her vision, not just for herself, not just for her family, but her vision for you and for me. You see, she wanted to create a company where there were no glass ceilings, where women could truly keep God first, family second, career third. Do you think?
I think, yeah, regardless of what people do, but in Mary Kay specifically, they target people who are religious. So they have an open door in churches. They have an open door with people who believe in God. They have an open door with people who are open to the idea of wanting to put God first, family second, career third. And so they get plugged in and then they let their guard down and then it's like, oh no, don't think too closely about this, because don't you forget, we're God first, family second, career third. Oh no, we have all the right answers because we're God first, family second, career third. Oh no, don't worry, I'm gonna call that recruit because we're God first, family second, career third, and I don't have any bad intentions. Even though I'm gonna talk that person into $1,800 of inventory. Because remember, I'm God first, family second, career third, and I'm a pastor's wife, and I don't have any bad intentions. But it's like, they're at the poverty line. What did you just do? You said you're God first, family second, career third. What are you talking about? How could you do this? You let your guard down, and all of a sudden, you're wiped out. You know? You know?
That she had any idea as she pushed past the critics and created not just a company in America, but a company that is global. Do you think she had any idea about the generations of lives that would be changed because she wasn't discouraged by the critics? You guys, one time she was asked on 60 Minutes when she said that she kept God first, family second, career third. The interviewer said, Mary Kay, do you believe that you're using God? And she looked at him and she said, I certainly hope not. I hope that God is using me. You guys, how can God be glorified through your vision? You know, what is your vision, as Karen talked about, right? Is it to earn money for a specific thing? I'm looking at all of the comments in there, right? You guys, you're talking about being debt-free, from having the shackles of debt taken off you. That's huge. You're talking about vacations. You're talking about being able to pay for things for your family, maybe to give your spouse choices, right? You guys, do you know that God will be given the glory when you do that? When you choose to be a 4-quarter star, when you choose to sell at least $1,200 retail every month, to be an achiever, to place that $600 wholesale order, God will be given the...
When she says a 4-quarter star, guess what? The director gets a bonus, an extra bonus on you being a 4-quarter star. They get a bonus whenever you're a quarter star, and I think they get an extra bonus when you're a 4-quarter star. They get, when they say, oh yeah, guess what? Stars earn cars. No, they don't. Sometimes they do, but guess what? Your director certainly earns a commission when you're a star. Don't forget that. Don't forget that.
The glory, you guys, when you become a red jacket for the first time, or you stay in red all year long, or maybe when you go on to become a sales director or beyond. Because this is what I know, that in chasing of the carrot, whatever that carrot might be, lives will be changed. You see, Nehemiah, how did he respond when he was being criticized? The first thing he did was he prayed. Now, that may sound not very proactive, right? Get a booking. No, he prayed. So years ago, when I had just become a brand new sales director, my husband and I had moved from Louisiana, where I started my business, to San Antonio, Texas. And we had just purchased our first home based on my income as a brand new sales director. You guys, I went to work. I hustled. I got 10 bookings on my books. I got 10 bookings on my books for 1 week. Hello, I was excited, right? Who would be excited about that? All 10 of those bookings canceled, rescheduled, or no-showed. And I was devastated. I was rocked to the core because, you guys, there was no plan B. I needed money to pay my mortgage. I needed money to live. And so I called my sales director. And you know what she did? She told me to get on my knees. She said, Heidi, pray. Pray for one. You don't need 10. You just need one. Lord, give me one good person. And I did. I prayed. And girls, I don't know how many phone calls I made. I don't even think we could text back in those days. I don't know how many, but I did as many as it took to get one. And that one person held a facial with me. And then she held a party with me. And that one person changed the entire course of my business. Not only was I able to pay my mortgage, but from that one party, I went from being a brand new sales director in a first level car to a trip director in San Antonio, being the #1 director in that town. You guys,
You So what happens? I mean, to me, it sounds like she put in the work to. I don't know. I'm obviously. I mean, even still now, I grew up in going to church, and I with all of the stuff with MLM and all of the pain of other stuff that's happened, and not necessarily like feeling safe in churches and not having whatever consistent stuff, I, even now, having that like fear of everything, I think absolutely I'm going to like hell. I think about this. I don't think her prayer had anything to do with it. I still have those thoughts because of all the things I grew up thinking and what I'm doing now, which is nothing. I do not feel safe in churches. I don't feel safe doing anything. And I still am glad and feel very respectful and welcoming to ethical people in the chat. And I respect my parents and who are absolutely ethical believers. So it's twisty out there. And MLM's absolutely like, and people, I'm not going to say other people ruined it, but like, it's how you mixed stuff up, how people mix stuff up in MLMs with religion played a huge part in what I believe now.
One matters. Prayer makes a difference. So number one, he prayed. Number two, he remembered his source. He remembered that God had told him to go build this wall. Okay, it wasn't something that he had just come up with. You guys, you are a Mary Kay consultant. You are here. You are in this business. God has called you to do this. Sometimes we wonder about our calling. In the Latin, calling, vocation, and work are all the same word. We get so hung up on whether I've been called to do something. You guys, you're in Mary Kay. Be your very best at what you're doing. And remember, look at Nehemiah, look at his faithfulness. He is faithful to you. Oh my goodness, I'm almost done. So what I want you to know is this, you guys. Number one, expect it. Number one, expect that there will be criticism. Number two, pray about it, okay? Go to the Lord. Number three, remember the source of your vision. It is God. He's given you this vision. Number four, seek wisdom. Go to your sales director. You are in Mary Kay for yourself, but not by yourself. Isn't that how she created that? And then number five, don't back down. Don't come off of the wall. Not today, Satan sisters. Not today. Tammy, my friend, take it away.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks.
Aren't you glad that you jumped on tonight?
Good point off.
You know, what I love about our Mary Kay family is an amazing circle of influence. And
Okay,
I
Mila.
hope that this excites you to know that you're in the right place at the right time with the right people and for a company that has put God first, family second, and career third. Mary Kay is all in for you, and so are we. And so we're so grateful that you joined in today and hearing a little bit about our journey in Nehemiah. And I hope that it takes you on a journey that you're moving forward, and maybe sometimes a little bit of a reflection of what has happened in the past. But Nehemiah, he led with moral authority. What is moral authority? It's a desire to please God more than man, to please God even more than self. However, with that, moral authority does take an opportunity for you to lead others, but more importantly, to lead yourself. And I love to call this internal integrity. And what is internal integrity? It's a vision that was placed on your heart by God. Maybe you might even want to call it an assignment. I love that word. An assignment that was given just for you. And now you get to live that out with your integrity. Okay, I don't know when you received your assignment. It might have been when you started Mary Kay. For me, part of that came to light the very first time I even dreamt of starting a Mary Kay business. It was just one meeting where I, for the first time, saw women celebrate each other. And it gave me a stirring and a hope in my spirit that I hope you have felt. And sometimes it is just showing up to your meeting this week. It might have came upon you at a retreat or a getaway with your Mary Kay girlfriends. Oh my gosh, my first retreat in Mary Kay, where the women sat around and shared their dreams, it ignited one of my dreams. And so your internal integrity that now you're living out loud and now you're sharing in another environment will actually ignite someone else. Maybe it was at your first seminar. And for those of you who have not attended yet, I hope you get there because it's a life-changing experience. And that is where dreams are often birthed. And I will never forget, even though Mary Kay was not able to speak at my first seminar, which was her last seminar, and she said painfully and slowly the words, "I love you." Tears ran down my face, and I knew that something deeper and more important was exactly what Heidi said. It was a call and a willingness to work this business full out. It was a conviction. It was a dream and it was an assignment that was not able to be shaken. So now what you say to yourself is you might need to know that you need to act on this dream, act on this assignment, have that internal integrity, that moral authority, and put it to work because it is acting on it right now. The first thing between you and the Lord is what you got to get right. And then after that, thinking about what Mary Kay gave us, and she gave us the perfect plan, the perfect, I think, treasure map to find exactly what you're looking for. And if you think about it, it is booking, it is selling, it is rebooking, and it is team building. It is putting those ingredients into place over and over and over again. It's showing up to see it and feel it and live it out loud. You also have to make sure that you're putting in the amount of time that is needed and required. It's not going to happen overnight, you guys, to do what you need to do. And I know in this fast-paced world and microwave society, we want results right away. But I know if you continue to put one step in front of the other, and the formula that Mary Kay gave us, which is the perfect 3 plus 3 plus 3. What is that if you haven't heard that yet? That is 3 appointments on your books per week. An appointment would be 3 or 4 people gathered together at your house, at a studio, maybe on Zoom, maybe on Facebook. Keep it small, build those relationships, and have a great time. It could even be at a coffee place, sitting around a coffee table together. You guys get creative. So you're meeting and having 3 appointments a week. And those appointments, having 300 in sales at each appointment, and then sharing with 3 amazing women that you met on a weekly basis. That is the formula. And it's putting one step in front of the other, week in and week out. And now you take.
The one thing is that I will say that at least they say, even though they're twisty as hell with religion, they do talk about selling product. Even though they are awful about inventory loading, they do talk about selling product, which Nueva doesn't talk about. Monate doesn't really talk about. I mean, they do on TikTok now, but anyways.
Take that plan and that vision, exactly how Mary Kay showed us, and you follow it because she followed it and then she passed it on. She, of course, passed on to somebody before you, who, of course, passed it on to somebody before her, who, of course, passed it on to somebody before her. And that is how this works. And so who are you going to pass it on as you continue this dream to
You mean
go?
after
You
her?
might be the only Mary Kay person that anyone meets. I remember early into my directorship, and I got this beautiful portrait of Mary Kay after she had passed away, and I had it in my office. And my young daughter, who was 5 at the time, Addison, came in and said, "Who is that?" And I said, "That is Mary Kay." And she said, "I thought you were Mary Kay." And oh my goodness, it hit me like that, that we might be the only Mary Kay that we meet. And so take that dream, get it ignited, and be willing to be committed and live it out loud. You are in position to now influence others. And so who can you pass this on to? Is I am able to share this time with you, and so excited to have my friend, Dr. NSD and Dr. Lakeisha Chisholm signing on. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Tammy. Oh my gosh, Happy New Year to you all. I'm so grateful for this book study and the
Number 1, she's beautiful. Number 2, can someone buy a damn microphone? Oh my God. Just help me out. Someone buy a damn microphone. Yeah, they all have like a Jesus picture of Mary Kay.
prayer partners that come along with it. Thank you so much, sisters, for a day full of excellence. I'm honored today to talk to everyone about maintaining your course. Okay, I want to ask you something. Have you ever felt laser focused on your goal until life happens? All right? Maybe someone questioned you. Maybe things got hard. Maybe you started wondering, did I really hear from God? In Andy Stanley's book, The Visionary, he says, you guys, vision is often the most vulnerable after it's born. And so this is so important. When I think about a baby, when I think of a new baby, that baby comes out, what do we want to do? Love it, support it, feed it. Well, guess what? Your vision is your baby. So you got to cuddle it, love it, support it, and feed it. Because once you've received the vision, that's when the real battle starts, to keep it, to hold on to it, to see it from vision to victory. So today, I want to show you how to protect your vision when everything around you is trying to knock you off course. I want you to write this down. Expect resistance. Expect it. Oh my gosh, don't be shocked and awe when resistance comes, because you're going to expect it. Andy reminds us in this book, Visionary, resistance is a sign. It's not a sign that the vision is wrong. You know, when things start to happen, what do? Well, maybe this is not the right time. Maybe this is not what the Lord wants me to do. When resistance comes, it's actually a confirmation that you're on to something powerful. Resistance is not a red light. It's actually a green light. Whether it's fear, fatigue, distractions, or doubters, staying the course means preparing for the pushback. Mary Kay used to say, aerodynamically, the bumblebee shouldn't be able to fly.
Oh my God.
Despite what others say, think, or believe, the bumblebee flies anyway. And when God gives you, when you know what God placed in your heart, you can't afford to let temporary turbulence make you land too soon. You know, we're not bumblebees, but we do fly. And when you get up in that air, you feel a little turbulence sometimes as you're going up through the clouds. You know what? The pilot doesn't land the plane just because of some turbulence. No, he keeps going, and he keeps going higher and higher and higher. So if God gave you a goal like 30 faces in July, don't stop just because a few people didn't answer or a few people said no. Remember, temporary resistance is not a permanent no. If God gave you the vision, he'll give you the victory, even if the path gets bumpy. My next point is to define your non-negotiables. You know, I love it. We still live in the greatest country of all. No matter what's happening, you know, in our country, in the world today, I really believe that the USA is the greatest country of all. And one of the things about the USA is we do not negotiate with terrorists. We do not. And so I want to say that to you. Sometimes your thoughts can be terrorists. They can be there to destroy you, to bring you down, to take you down. And so you're not going to negotiate with your goals and with your vision. Andy talks about the importance of clarity, because when the going gets tough, it's clarity that keeps you from quitting. The best way to protect your vision is to set non-negotiable. These are things that are like off the table. No matter how tired you are, discouraged or distracted you may feel. You guys, when your emotions get loud, your values and your non-negotiables have to be louder.
Emotions are information. They're signposts for core values. Let's just remember that for a second. Sometimes your emotions are louder if you're neurodivergent. Sometimes you need to put emotions on a shelf for a second. I need to. You can just release them. Sometimes, if you're not hurting others or yourself with your emotions, let them out. Anger is information. Just in case you grew up and that wasn't okay to express.
Ask yourself, what are my non-negotiables as a person with vision? Is it showing up for your business every day, even when life gets messy? Is it not shrinking your goals to fit someone else's comfort zone? Is it choosing faith over fear every time you're tempted to delay or doubt? Is it never apologizing for wanting more income, more impact, more influence? You guys, non-negotiables are not built on how you feel. They're built on what you know you're called to do. I encourage you all to write down 3 personal non-negotiables tonight. Like, example, I will not speak small about my God-given vision. I will work my business every day, whether I feel like it or not. I will protect my peace and energy from voices that don't feed my faith. Mary Kay built this company so women and people can prioritize faith, family, and career in that order. That was her non-negotiable. She didn't bend it for pressure or for people. That clarity has shaped the company today. In 1 Corinthians 15 and 58, it says to stand firm, let nothing move you. Oh my gosh, non-negotiable. Always give yourself fully to the work of the Lord, because your labor is not in vain. Nehemiah had every reason to quit, come down, or compare, but his vision was his anchor. He had spiritual and leadership non-negotiables in place. And because of that, the wall was built in just 52 days, which others had neglected for decades. He was focused, he was firm, and he was faithful. That's what non-negotiables do. You guys, friends, maintaining your course, it isn't about perfection. It is about persistence. When doubt creeps in, revisit your vision. When things get hard, reconnect to your why. And when you feel tempted to give up, declare that the work you're doing is too great to come down. Galatians 6 and 9 says, let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up.
Amanda.
The vision God gave you, it's not a suggestion, it's an assignment. And you don't need a title to be on assignment. If you've got a purpose and a pulse, then you've got a wall to stay on. So expect resistance, because God's plans will always disrupt the enemy's agenda. Define your non-negotiables, so when life tries to blur the lines, your faith draws them darker, and stay focused. Don't come down. Don't explain. Don't shrink. You are doing a great work. So stay on the wall like your deliverance is connected to your obedience, because it is. Thank you so much. I'm passing this over to my prayer partner and my good girlfriend, Julia. Take it away.
Dr. Lakeisha, what a blessing. Oh my gosh, y'all. I know your hands are like tired from trying to write, right? It's such an exciting privilege to be here. And you know, Mary Kay Ash trained me. And I know that she is bursting right now, that so many of you have gathered so that you can make sure that you're on the right course, that your vision is clear. In our national area, it's the year of it. It's time to do it, start it, see it, dream it, believe it, receive it, finish it, right? This is the year of it. And guess what? You're it. And let me just tell you, sometimes credentials are totally meaningless, because my credentials are that my first party 33 years ago was zero. It is very difficult to sell nothing of America's #1 best-selling brand, but I did manage to do it. So that those of you that are here tonight can have hope that, okay, the worst has not yet happened. The only place to go from here is the top, right? And God is our...
What just happened? Hold on. Did it cut out? Was that a blessing? Was that our blessing? Hold on. Do we have to go? Okay. It wasn't our blessing. We just cut out for no reason. Rip. It was my fault. We still have to watch it. Ugh. We still have to watch it, peeps.
So many of you have gathered so that you can make sure that you're on the right course, that your vision is clear. In our national area, it's the year of it. It's time to do it, start it, see it, dream it, believe it, receive it, finish it, right? This is the year of it. And guess what? You're it. And let me just tell you, sometimes credentials are totally meaningless, because my credentials are that my first party 33 years ago was zero. It is very difficult to sell nothing of America's #1 best-selling brand, but I did manage to do it. So that those of you that are here tonight can have hope.
There's no information that Mary Kay is America's #1 best-selling brand. There's no data to support that. Literally no data to support that. Zero. So when someone comes and tells you that, you can go right back and tell them there's no data to support that.
Okay, the worst has not yet happened. The only place to go from here is the top, right? And God has already equipped you. You know, he tells us in the New Testament that he has already given us, not some of us, not just a little bit of it, but all of us, everything we need for life and godliness. So we're going to talk about one of the things that he's given us tonight. And it's in your beautiful brain, and it's called the reticular activating system.
I don't want anything. I want you to teach sales. Can someone teach us sales training? I just like... hello?
Call it Raz. She's my best friend, because we work together. And so this is a key element to your vision coming to pass, is that you have a holistic Mary Kay experience this year, that you incorporate everything: mind, soul, body, your ambiance, your belief, what you're looking at, what you're listening to, what you're speaking out, right? Rest assured, your enemy also has a vision for this year. You're at the center of his goal poster, and he has 3 goals over you: steal, kill, destroy. That's straight from scripture. And what we know is there is no...
Does the Lord care about Mary Kay? Does the enemy care about Mary Kay? So you're saying everybody that's failed to marry Kay has done so because the enemy did it? Or that anybody who's been successful in Mary Kay has done so because they were right with the Lord? How does that play out? Truly, how does that play out? What? I think we cover Julia Mundy Garner more.
No way that we're going to let him have anything close to that much access to us, right? Right? Access denied. But y'all, it's not just about putting our armor on. It's not even just about taking a strong stand. It is about us acting like the offspring of our Creator that we are and using the power of our tongue to speak out what it is we're believing by faith that we're going to see this year. So Psalms 81:10 says, open wide your mouth with a mighty decree. And then God says, I will fulfill it now. You'll see the words that you speak, so shall it be. Straight from the heart of Scripture, you guys. So watch your words. Make sure that you're on purpose, intentional about the words you're speaking, writing out your affirmations, etc. every day. In addition,
if we don't have the right words, then we're gonna get screwed and Mary Kay. We're gonna curse ourselves. We're cursing ourselves and Mary Kay if we don't say the right things. Not only if we don't say the right things, if we don't say exactly the right things, we are then speaking ourselves into failure. Oh, also, if you have not grown up in the church, the enemy is Satan and Satan's demons. Satan and Satan's army, and then it's God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit and God's angels. And there is a battle going on between them in the spiritual realm at all times. And there is time to have input or whatever in multi-level marketing. For the spiritual to take place. I don't know. I don't know.
We have this beautiful thing in our brain called the reticular activating system. So we're going to make it so practical, y'all. We are going to make it like we're just bringing it all home. This is going to be your new best friend. This is called a vision book, or you could call it a dream book, but I really love the word vision even better. And so I have to tell you the background, and then we'll tell you what it is. We already have links for you of where to get it on Amazon, blah, blah, blah. So you can just feel free to listen because you're not going to have to remember. Now, one of the things about us and our reticular activating system is
she has a picture of her own eyelashes on her board behind her. What? Huh? Yeah, I don't want to get busted, so can we put a little asterisk if you're gonna talk about DRUGS in the live chat. I don't want to get blasted by YouTube. Please. I will get blasted by YouTube.
We are wired to whatever our subconscious is dwelling on. Our whole brain and body thinks, oh, that's what she wants. So I need to help her get it. Have you ever noticed when you're having a bad day, you can't find the keys, the belt to your favorite outfit is gone somewhere in the closet. We can't find it because we're going to be late. Then you spill something, then, right? Because when we start off on the wrong foot, our reticular activating system starts going, oh gosh, she's struggling. She's having trouble. Okay. Gosh, I wish I could help her, but she's looking for the next thing that's going to go wrong. Okay. That is not what we're going to do ever again, right? We're going to use our powers for good, not for evil, against our very own self and the vision that God gave us. And so what that means is we're going to set our mind, we're going to set our heart, and y'all, we're going to take the time to set our eyes on the vision that God has planted before us. So I want you to write two things down before I tell you these two stories. I want you to write down, when God calls you, the power comes from the one who is calling, not the one being called. When God calls you, the power you need to complete the vision comes from the one who is calling you, not the one being called. And secondly, if you have had perhaps a bad habit in the past of setting a goal and then beginning to dwell on, what if I fail? What if I don't make it? We're going to switch that dialogue. We need to make sure the story we're telling ourselves is the absolute true story, right? The one God's telling over us. And we're going to switch what if I fail to what if God moves? What if God moves? What if I'm faithful to call her and she says yes? What if I have the booking and she doesn't know the Lord? What if I meet my next, not just team member, but superstar, right? What if this one Facebook Messenger party changes the whole face of my business just because I am being faithful and God notices all of that? What if God moves? Okay. So here's the deal. I heard about this right at the end of last seminar year. My friend, National Sales Director Roxanne McEnroe, was telling me this awesome story. Y'all, she provided for her kiddos and her, and she her goal had been directorship, and she had missed it, and she had allowed herself to get discouraged. So she decided, instead of going for directorship, now don't pick up that part of the story, but she was like, I'm going to pick a different goal that I really think I could meet. So she decided on the National Court of Sales. Who is excited about that gorgeous amethyst ring, right? That ring alone should make you say, I'm doing a great work and I cannot come down because that is worth the focus. And our fuel is our focus. Write that down too. Our fuel is our focus. So Roxanne was sharing with me how she was dying to meet Mary Kay. And that's why she was so sad she hadn't become a director yet, because she knew she'd get to go to Mary Kay's house and meet her. Well, back then, the top 20, Mary Kay would go down the row of the top 20 left standing on seminar stage, and she would speak to each one of them. And Roxanne just knew if Mary Kay could talk to her, that she would set her straight, and it would unlock the mystery of becoming a sales director, and she would know what to do. So she got to seminar, y'all, after working all year. And she said to the person that she picked up her badge from, oh my gosh, I am in the top 20. This is so exciting because I'm dying to meet Mary Kay. I cannot wait to hear the words she's going to speak over me. And the girl behind the counter said, oh, Mary Kay's not going to address the top 20 individually this year on stage. She's just not feeling up to it. Roxanne was crushed.
You're good.
After a whole year of believing and working.
Oh, I'm not mad. Not everybody knows. I just said it like, sometimes my, the way I say things sounds more harsh than I mean it to, because my inflection's not good. If y'all do say the DRUGS, just put like an asterisk or something somewhere in there, because YouTube will definitely have some big feelings about that. So I appreciate it. Thanks so much. No big feelings from me. Just appreciate the help. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Towards this, and in fact ending up in the top 20. Her dream was crashing around her 2 days before she was going on stage. But God would not have that because he watches over his word to perform it.
Oh my God.
Just like we've already spoken tonight, when he gives you a vision, he has already equipped you and he has already set in motion all the right people to make sure that those divine connections are made for that dream to come to pass. So would you believe that when Roxanne McEnroe stood on stage in what she thought was going to be the top 20, she in fact ended up in the top 3. And that year, the people that Mary Kay addressed and had little miniature individual conversations with were the top 3. Isn't that precious? There's no limitation to our great God, y'all. He has the ability to change the rules to match whatever your dream is. My friend Devin Gold, she had.
Well, the other top 20 were probably disappointed. The other top 20 were probably Christians. The other top 20 were probably working their asses off to be able to talk to Mary Kay and didn't get to talk to her. The other top 20 may have had the same prayer to be able to talk to Mary Kay Ash. So what about them? This story fits your narrative. The story fits your narrative for this talk. What about the other people? I don't understand. I don't understand. These are acrylic. They're like waterproof. So this before, so it looks like choppy before I outline it. So this looked like this before I outline it. So then I use it's waterproof. It's like paint. It's like paint. It's like, I mean, acrylic is paint, but these are like, so I paint my rocks with. But you can do them on plastic or whatever. Oh my God, we have a science stream. You know, remember our Jody? We have I have not yet. I'm definitely lazy. I like putting things in the dishwasher, so I like engraved stuff better. Yeah, she had a stroke and lost her ability to speak well.
Had a dream of rooming with her girlfriend Jordan.
Pretty true. Well, maybe not. Hold on. No, you need to go up. You need to go up in size. I think. I would go up in size. Or go to a store and try them on. I love them, but some people don't. Do I have to use a primer? No. What do you mean? I just color on them. Like, this is just me coloring on a rock. With these. I don't. I have to do a lot of, like, maybe I should have done a primer. This was when I was in my partial hospitalization program. Maybe that's why I got kicked out. No, I know I got kicked out. Just kidding. I mean, I know I got kicked out. It wasn't because I was coloring on rocks.
Lily, and she put in her dream book a picture of the two of them at leadership and wrote in there that they were going to room together at ELE. Well, y'all, They both missed the qualifications to get to go and receive an invitation to ELE. But as only God can do, he had a little exception in there that no one could have known about. And someone from the company called both Devin and Jordan separately with a personal invitation for them to attend. Our great God is not limited by the laws of earth, by the laws of nature. He created all the freaking laws, people. So let's totally magnify him and believe that he is who he says he is and can do what he says he can do. So here's the science. When you build your dream book, and it's just like a presentation folder, right? This is my personal one. I have new pictures in it for the new year. I'm gonna show y'all my favorite page. This is my favorite page because look, it's all my sales directors packing. Look at their Louis Vuitton luggage, packing to go on their top trip together, and all 11 of our new sales directors for the year. That's what I put a picture of. That's my favorite page. But I have so many pages. This is such a great conversation piece. I take it with me everywhere I go. Guess what everybody asked me about on this page? Anybody want to guess in the chat? Do you want her hair or her butt? I say, well, I think I'm doing pretty good on the hair. So the butt's what I'm after. You know, it will give you so many fun things to have conversations about, to get bookings from. What about things you want to do in your home? What about fitness goals? What about other places that you want to travel? What about the way you want to feel? Do you want to feel peaceful and centered?
Julia Mundy Garner.
What about this, y'all? There's the love of my life, Jeannie.
Julia Mundy Garner. Yes. Is this science or science? It's the second one. Also, Amy, we have the science for autism. We have the special wish list for how the science support, which apparently got shorter. Oh no, here it is. We have the autism wish list for Jody Mashuk. And then we have the how vasectomies are super unhealthy and what you need to buy through Young Living to help make you be healthy again. So we're going to be doing that stream. So I'm sure that's going to be super sciencey and awful. Anyways, we looked that up earlier.
Garner, who also came out of my starter kit. I even took the Applause magazine. Look at this. I put my picture, I taped it over the person with that $135,000 check for the month. I sure did. That's what I want to look at, right? So your assignment tonight, your mission, should you choose to accept it, and I know you will, is to get your dream book ordered and start cutting out pictures. Start going on Pinterest. Start downloading from the Mary Kay Image Library, right? All the goals that are in alignment with your vision. And y'all, one of my favorite pages is, this was just something that I saw on Instagram, and honestly, I screenshot it and printed it out. It says, what comes from God requires God. What comes from God requires God. So let's magnify him together and make sure that he is lifted up in the center of everything that we are doing. 52 days. 52 days is all it took after 70 years of the wall being in ruins. 52 days is all it took. Nehemiah and the Israelites following after God's directives. And there are 52 days left from today between now and August 31st. So your second part of your challenge, should you choose to accept it, is, I know for some of you, you're going to be like, Julia Mundy Garner, you are freaking me out. What if you put Mary Kay on 100 faces? What if you shared with those same women between now and August 31st? What if you added 12 new personal team members, the best of the best, the sugar sharpest, the ones that almost intimidate you, that you just know she's even more amazing than you are, and that's why you want her on the team, right? 52 days to pamper 100 faces and add 12 to your team. Do you know by August 31st, when you do that, you will be halfway through that gorgeous diamond bumblebee, the National Court of Sharing? You can't even imagine all that God has in store for you just from that one act of obedience. So we have, of course, as our little mantra in our group, the Nehemiah verse, Nehemiah 6:3. I'm doing a great work and I cannot come down. And we even had sweatshirts made, y'all. We had sweatshirts made and we wore them on the ship. It was so fun. We didn't even have makeup on that day, but we were so happy being together. And it's a constant reminder. I even have it hanging on my office door, y'all, next to my national suit to remind me who I am, that I'm called, that I'm appointed, that I'm anointed, that somebody needs the connection either to Jesus or to self-confidence and beauty and discovery of who she really is, or remembering who she really is. So not only are you going to share your dream number with your sales director, you have the opportunity to share your goals on the Google link that you'll see on the same
obedience. How convenient for a pyramid scheme.
And when you fill it out by tomorrow night at midnight, you will be entered into a special drawing for a strategy session with one of us. Session with one of us. And we'll do the drawing tomorrow night. Then we'll post the winners in that same link, and it'll be a 30-minute strategy session. So make sure to check that Consultant Vision Workshop link for also some great follow-up tools.
Right.
Now, we wanted to end the night with a declaration because remember Psalms 81:10, we know that we open our mouth with a what? A mighty decree. So we have our eyes focused on what it is that God's planted in our heart. Oh, y'all, also to complete the science behind it, 10 minutes a day, morning and evening, not just flipping through it, but really looking at it, emotionalizing. How's it going to feel when
emotionalizing
6 new to your team this month? How's it going to feel when you double your business, double your health, double your finances? On each page, you're emotionalizing as well as looking through. And then
you can't say that. I've been in Mary Kay for 50 million years, but I don't remember that I can't talk about doubling my finances without offering the income disclosure statement. Oh no, I forgot. Excuse you?
And you know what the stats are? 85% of what you have been envisioning all year long after 12 months will have come to pass. Not do this for 12 months and then you'll be on the starting block of maybe some of the stuff will start to happen. No, 85% of all you have been envisioning will have come to pass. I was talking to Devin again this afternoon and she said, Jules, literally at least 80% already did. And I didn't even get to start it at the beginning of the year. 80% of her first top director trip, offspring earning cars.
I don't remember where this color is,
national courts.
I got to find it.
Y'all, next July 7th, would you love for us to all be gathered together again and us each hold up our vision book and share what percentage of each of our vision came through?
Sure wouldn't.
Came true because of our devotion first to the Lord and following him and seeking intimacy with him first, learning to listen and hear his voice, and then immediately taking action while we fill our heart, our eyes, our mind, and our voice with all he has for us. So if this is on the screen, repeat after me. You can even stand up and say it like, raw. Yes, this is my vision. I declare that I am a woman of vision. God has placed a holy burden on my heart, and I will not ignore it. I will pray, plan, and move forward with faith, trusting God to open doors, provide resources, and protect the work he has called me to do. I'm not afraid of opposition because the hand of my great God is upon me.
Okay.
I will not come down. I'm doing a great work. I rise up and build, knowing that through me, God is restoring that which has been broken. And I will finish the work strong, faithful, and full of courage. A multitude of blessings and favor chasing you down and overtaking you is our prayer for you this new seminar year as you go forth and multiply.
Okay. Goodbye. We did it. We did it. Oh no. We did it. Good God. Oh dear God.
We did it! We did it! We did it! We did it! Yay! Lo hicimos! We did it! We brought the bracelets!
We did it. If you just popped in, these are where we're at. They look a little messy because we haven't outlined anything and I'm still building up the color. We are going to add other over the garden wall things around, but I don't know where this color went, so I don't know if I ran out of that color, but these obviously are not, like, obviously this is way too bright. I don't know what happened. This is very much like the color from I don't know what happened. I'm looking for it. So, anyways, that was culty. One of those 6 ladies was my former national sales director. Very religiously manipulative. We had appeal to authority. We had emotionally appeal to emotion. We had bandwagon fallacy. We didn't really have red herring fallacy. We had, gosh. They are very good speakers. They had pretty twisty math formulas, kind of. I don't even know how to say it. They did talk a little bit about selling, surprisingly. They didn't do any high tech. They didn't do appeal to nature. They didn't do any circular reasoning. I don't know. I don't know. I guess more leap of faith or God of the Gaps. I guess they did do God of the Gaps. Maybe did they do God of the Gaps? God of the Gaps fallacy. Claiming that because there isn't a clear explanation for something, it must be caused by a divine or mysterious force. In MLMs and scams, it's used to cover up a lack of real evidence. For example, an MLM leader might say, "No one can explain the secret sauce behind our massive profits. It's obviously a miracle at work." Not exactly, but they definitely give a lot of credit to their success via the Lord. So it was a lot of twistiness. They definitely used the book and their Bible study to overlay what they are learning with what they are wanting, which is motivating their downlines and new recruits to work hard and earn money so that they can improve volume under the guise of, we really care about you. Which, do they really care about us? Probably not. The Way Down? Yes. If y'all haven't watched that, watch that one. If you have an eating disorder, maybe don't watch that. If you are sensitive to child harm, don't watch that one. The new catfishing documentary on Netflix, if you are sensitive to online cyberbullying, I would be careful before you watch that. It is very twisty. I kind of want to talk about it, but I'd want to give people a chance to watch it first. So I'd maybe want to talk about it next Friday. They strong-armed scriptures to fit their pitch. Not only that, a lot of people take biblical scriptures out of context of the time period it was written in, which is already twisty. Not that I'm a theologian of any kind, but that's already twisty. And then they sugarcoat. They cherry pick scriptures out of the context of the chapter when they've already taken it out of the time period it was written in And then they crush it into what they want it to do, which is they want to make money off of it. It's all twisty AF. Then they interpret it however they want to. It is called High School. It's catfishing. Don't spoil it in the chat. There's lots of people who haven't watched it. Not y'all, but catfishing. It's on Netflix. Unknown Number, the high school catfish. Let me put it on screens. Let me put it, I will put it up as we're going to do a live stream about it on next Friday. So y'all have a chance to watch it. Because I'm probably going to rage about it. Unknown Number, the high school catfish. I'm going to do a public live stream probably. I just want to talk about it, And I want to give people a chance to watch it because it's a few episodes. You don't have Netflix? All right. Thank y'all for being here. Twisty Mary Kay. Mary Kay is one of the more religiously manipulative multi-level marketing companies, although a lot of them bring religion into it. Thanks for joining. Don't forget your meds. Hydrate. I'll see you later. I will schedule the catfish. Even if someone's already spoiled it for you, it's worth a watch. And here's why I say it's worth a watch. The last episode, even if someone's already spoiled it for you, can you trust me? Because I want you to watch all the way through, because you're going to want to watch episode 3. Because what I'm going to rage about, I'm going to go through the whole thing, but what I want to know what your thoughts are on episode 3. Okay? That's what I want to know. If I can't spoil anything, but I want to know if you've already had it spoiled for you. I want to know what your thoughts are on episode 3. That's all. That's all I want to know. It was spoiled for me and I was still shocked. See, Rachel in the chat. It was spoiled for me and I was still shocked. Okay? All right. May the unscammy forces be with you all. Toodaloo. Bye.